Welcome everyone to another investing live stream. Today I'm coming to you from a sort of a new angle. We're gonna try this angle out now. So I'm excited to analyze some deals today. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up, make sure everything's going good with our stream here. It's actually very fascinating. Hold on, there we go. I think you actually might be able to hear that. I don't want to double play it back. Okay, good. So should be good to go now. Everything's set to go. We're going to analyze some deals today, and any questions that you have, welcome to. You're more than welcome to go ahead and post them. I'm actually shocked. I thought for sure I was going to have to post a second link on the live, but it let me refresh the page and then try again. I'm like, mind blown. Imagine that, refreshing on a live stream. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get right into deal analysis. So as usual, if you're new here, welcome aboard. I'm going to analyze deals that are in our Discord that are posted. Top priority is for people who have either written offers or who are in escrow on a deal. And then we'll go on into deals that are not in escrow. But if you do ask questions in the live other than deals, I'll definitely answer those. So today we're going to start with Anim7 here, starting with you. We're going to screen share this. So let's take a look at what deal we have here. We've got a single family deal. Let's see. There we go. We got a single family here, and we have no yeah buts that Anim can see, which is good. Just saw the place for the first time this Friday. Really liked what I saw. Still greenish game. No problem. We'll find out. Let's see. Current asking price is too high at 180. It's been on the market for 3 months, which is a great sign that, yeah, absolutely, the asking price can be a little bit aggressive. The house is obviously worn, holes in the sheetrock. Okay. Cottage in the back has been rented for 2 years, recently renovated because a tree fell on it. Well, that's nice because then it's already renovated for you, right? So, and the tree's already done its falling, so you don't have to deal with it. So struggling to find any comps in the neighborhood around the same size. That can sometimes be a little bit of an issue. So let's go ahead and pull it up. A lack of comps is a bad thing. It's risky. So it shows on Zillow as off market, which ironically, properties can be on the market, but sometimes show as being off the market. Let's do this here. But they can show us being off the market on Zillow because they kind of fall off Zillow after a certain period of time, which is a really good opportunity because, you know, if you're looking at like Redfin or some of the other websites that still show them active, Zillow shows it off the market, you might actually have less competition against you. So this place here, Columbus, let's see, 808 Cooper, okay. Well, take a look at the location first. We're looking for yeah buts in location. We got a nice spacing here between the houses. This is good. Nice tree lined. Okay, good. So you've got what look like a few apartment buildings around. You've got a larger kind of interchange and actually a large railroad station over here. But you've got a good distance away from it to where you'll probably hear it, but it's not like it's going through your backyard, which is nice. It's right here. Okay, so a little bit more of kind of like a commercial area. Let's see if we can just look. Zoom out a little bit more here. Okay, kind of the more commercial side maybe of this. To maybe the main area of the downtown. So looks pretty good. Location, no immediate concerns. It's a it's listed as a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with 1459 square feet. And it has a studio cottage. Oh, good. Okay. Cottage is, oh, well, it says 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Is it a studio or is it a 1 bedroom, 1 bath? Remember, studio does not have a bedroom. So hardwood floors, new roof, that's good. And that must be because of the tree. Built in 28, so definitely older. And you got to be careful with these. You know, sometimes you still got the older electrical, older plumbing. Not so worried about the basics like the paint, the cosmetics, the cabinetry, all that. It actually looks pretty decently move-in ready. I think you're right. I think it's probably just solely overpriced. So let's go ahead and see which comps you pulled. We got a 4-bed here and a 3-bed. These are much larger in square footage, which is a little bit of a problem if you know most of the comps in the area are larger homes. It's going to hurt you a little bit. But here's a 1288, and they squeezed 4 bedrooms into 1288 square feet, which is possible on a pretty common layout here. But let's see here. Was this added on to? Built in 44. That could be. I could see 4-bedroom and 44, you know, right around wartime there. That's not uncommon. A check for add-on. Oh, well, you got this sort of basement area too. That's how they're probably coming off. See on the front, it looks like a single story. And then down below, they were able to add a couple bedrooms because here it looks more like a 2-in-1. So that's how they were able to do that. Okay, interesting. So this sold for $143,000 in 2018. Yeah, and no kidding, they were asking 180 for this. It does have the studio potential though, but let's go ahead and see if we can find some different comps that are going to be a little bit more applicable. So as usual, we're just going to zoom into the neighborhood, remove any existing boundaries, and we're just going to try to draw everywhere the houses would be relatively similar. Just going to be in here. Obviously, the ones on the outskirts are going to sell for a little less. And let's see if we get some sold. I'll answer these in just 1 second here. Let's see if we can get some sold. Ideally, too, I know I only want houses here, but I also want to narrow down the square footage. So let's go ahead and pull the square footage down to 1750 here. Okay, so we got wow, that's a lot. 6,000. What is this? $47,000? There's no way that was a market sale. That was a market sale in 2008, 18 for $47,000. That's crazy. It's possible though. This honestly, this makes me concerned. Why is it that houses, a single family house that's a 3 and 2 is selling for $37,000 in this area? What's going on, you know? And then look, you got for $110,000, you have a 3 and 2? I don't know. So did you end up writing an offer on this? Seller agreed to pay all fees. Yeah, okay, drop to 170. Ask for a day to mull it over. Agreed to the price at 170 so I could get it under contract and start doing inspections. Why is it that in your I mean, this is a concern to me. Why is it that in your neighborhood, you know, properties that are pretty move-in ready but need a little bit of maybe updating in the kitchen like this one are selling for sale for $110,000? You know, you paying 170, yeah, you've got the studio, but you're fully paying for it, which could be okay. And look at these are right around the corner. So it's not like these are in crazy different locations here. So definitely lower sale prices in the area, which means you're going to be selling, you're going to be buying a little bit closer to the top of the neighborhood. Not saying top of the market, not saying you're not getting good value on that studio. Probably are. The nice thing, I mean, the only reason I'd even consider it is because you could probably rent out that studio. The two very important things I do is make sure that studio has permits, and second thing, make sure you actually get your so check for permits, and then make sure you actually do your sort of rental analysis to see, can you rent the house out separately from the guest unit. All right, let's moving on to the next one, and we'll do some questions in a sec. I just want to fly through some deals here. So Andrew just made an offer at $200,000 for a multifamily duplex. Oh yeah, and look, I did this too. Isn't this cool? I feel like this is kind of cool. Like this could kind of help. All right, so Andrew just made an offer on a duplex here. Code violations, no permits galore. Would this matter much if we completely gut? No, it doesn't. You know, it's fine. If you're planning on going in there and gutting the thing, it doesn't matter so much if there are no permits, because you could pretty much start from scratch. Would you analyze differently than a cosmetic wedge? No. I mean, my worst case scenario is it ends up being a complete teardown. Yeah, I mean, teardown is redeveloping, right? That's completely different from remodeling, and it's a not a good idea if you can at all avoid that, because you're going into planning, you know, for a year. Why I think it's a good deal. Comps are $400K on the low end, which is $200,000 than we'd purchase it at. Higher comps around $550, nicely remodeled. Contractors' remodel estimate is $100 to $150. This isn't bad. This is so far not bad, because if you made an offer for $200,000, and then let's say you're going to spend even $175 into it, you know, now you're into the deal for $375, but you got a deal that's worth somewhere probably between $450 and $5-ish, somewhere around there, $455, middle of the road there. That does not sound bad. I'm not so worried about it, you know, but the fact that you say newbie, have you ever done a remodel before? That would be a good question. It's definitely a big one to start with, and it's active for $250. So first floor is a 2-in-1, second floor unit is a 3-in-2 with a rooftop deck. Okay, let's see where this thing is. Chicago. Honestly, I love Chicago. Chicago has gotten like, it has transformed over the last 10 years. It'd be one of those cities I'd consider moving to. Okay, off the north end. Oh, I went to a magic show somewhere up here. I don't remember where it was. Anyway, getting distracted. So Satellite Inn So, okay, we're off the main road. This is kind of typical Chicago. So, I mean, there's nothing that I can personally, I mean, I don't know obviously about the neighborhood, go there at 9 p.m. at night and then yourself. But let's look at your remodel. That's what I'm most concerned about for you is I don't want you to lose money. The window's probably installed improperly here, which is causing water intrusion. Yeah, I mean, nothing about it is really exciting that says I want to keep things. But that's on my initial impression. When I go through this a second time, I look at this and I start thinking to myself, okay, what can we do to repair the windows, even if this means we're opening up the walls? I'm okay with the updating kind of the kitchen because you just don't have that many cabinets. But on the flip side here, think about this. If you're going to keep this similar layout in the kitchen, those are not bad cabinets. Those are probably a late 90s, late 90s, mid 90s, mid to late 90s cabinet. And that backsplash is actually not so bad. The problem is I can't tell what this countertop is, and it's too much of a clash. I'd rather have a nice quartz here or something like that. In which case, you're going to lose. Once you lose this countertop, you're going to lose the backsplash, and then you're losing the cabinets anyway. So I don't think you'll really be saving that because of that cabinet or because of that countertop. All right, here, yeah, I don't know. There's just, I mean, I could save this bathroom, right? A lot of this could be cleaned up. This tile could be reglazed. You could retile the floor here, just linoleum if you wanted to. But the overall feeling of the entire property is, yeah, it definitely needs a larger remodel. And I think the bigger aspect of it is how many of these issues are we going to run into where we have water intrusion that's going to force you to open up more of the walls? That's the bigger question. So what I would do is while you're getting your inspection, make sure you are looking for all sources of, am I going to have to open up the walls here? Or can I save the bathroom? If you could save the bathroom, reglaze, do a new flooring, do new light fixtures and finishes, that's going to be a lot better because I would rather see your contractor say, all right, loose estimate, 100 to 150. I guarantee if your contractor is saying loose estimate now, 100 to 150, it's going to be 200. So I'd rather see you go, okay, contractor, you think 100 to 150. What can we get done for 75? Can we keep this bathroom? Can we keep this? Can we keep this? Start trying to make those decisions. That way, when you start running into problems in other areas, you need to spend more money, you've got a little bit more to spend. That's probably the only way I would kind of look at this. I'll answer questions here in just one sec. I want to finish this deal really quick. So let's see what comps you're seeing. I'm not scared of it. It's just it's a large cosmetic remodel, and I don't think there's a reason you would have to tear this thing down. Let's see real quick. Year built on yours. Year built, Redfin, of course. It's only been on the market 7 days, and you made an offer $50,000 below. I think it might be a stretch. But let's see here. Year built. Oh, wow. 1896. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be, I mean, that's old. That's where you start, every time you pull back, there's more that comes up, more crap that comes your way. So here's a 450 comp. Here's this 5 and 2. Can't really tell what the square footage is. Let's see. What's your square footage? Nobody wants to say. 2,000 square feet. Okay, there we go. 2,000 square feet. This is about 2,000 square feet. So it seems to be in about a similar location. So here's 450 polished floors and decent. Okay. So this is a very recent sale. Let's see how far away this is because this might limit you a little bit. It's not as high as that 450 to 550 Hope. This is a good comp, though. Let's see how far away it is. I don't know. I mean, the neighborhood could totally change this far away. I mean, this one's close to Target. You're not, which that is going to make a difference. So I would talk to your realtor and see what happens when you cross the 19 in terms of comps. But if you think about this, if you have a deal, if this is a better location, and it's pretty much move-in ready at 450 and has the better location, yours might only be worth 425 in that condition. And if it's going to take you 175 to get to that condition, that puts you at, if you pay 225 for the deal, 225 for the deal, 175 to get in, now you're at 400, it's worth 425 because you don't have the location. And you might end up spending more. I'd be a little careful. I think that's the risk you start running into if you get into the realm of spending too much money. So think about that. A little bit concerned with that first comp there. And here you got because I think it might be in a better location. Here you've got another one that's 475. And this one is also by the target. So be careful that there could be a neighborhood difference on the on values there. Zach, if you wouldn't mind just reposting your question here in the chat, I'm going to do questions in just a moment, and I can always respond to all of the live questions immediately here in the chat. And then over time, I kind of go through I get into like this Discord response mode where I just go through every single question that comes up in Discord. So let's do Julian, and then we'll do the Q&A. So that way Zach has some time to post his question. Anybody else who has questions, go ahead and post them as well. Julian, so Andrew, you were second today, and Julian responding to yours third after Andrew's in Chicago. Chicago around 18 min in. Good. This one has a property inspection. So you have a house in escrow for $533,000. Offered before buying the course, so it might not be a big wedge deal. First-time buyer with 5% down was planning to put a wall up to create a third bedroom. It's not a bad idea. I would actually, honestly, if you could, draw your floor plan. And let's make sure you're not putting that third bedroom in a place that's going to hurt you. Single family, city inspector visited when it was listed, got 5 code violations. Okay. 2 were corrected. So here are the city violations. Temporary wall built inside garage without permit, fixed, that's fine. Front porch without permit, okay. Bathroom remodel done without permits. It's not that big of a deal. Outdoor mounted AC installed in rooms without permit. Okay, not a big deal. Flat work okay, that's fine. So neighbor has 2-story duplex which towers over the backyard. Add a tree screen, blue collar LA neighborhood, junk project cars, kids running around. Yeah, I mean, okay, that's fine. So near Manhattan Beach, okay. Near LAX, okay. All right, so I know where you are. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of speculation going on because of the rail that they're setting up, the Metrolink. So what do we got? Okay, Lawndale. So this is the deal you wrote an offer on. Let's jump back to this. I kind of like this. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think this is kind of cool. So built in 1941. This is pretty typical so far. It's a 2-and-2. The only thing that concerns me so far is I worry that your floor plan, I mean, that's probably, are you thinking of putting the third bedroom there? Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. That's actually probably not a terrible spot for a bedroom. It still gives you that living room. It's a smaller square footage. It's a smaller footprint. So it's gonna make the space a little small. That's the same room. That's the other room. The bathroom's okay. Is it a 2-in-1 right now? Or is there a second bathroom? It says there's a second bathroom. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. And then Airbnb the rooms. I mean, I think it's a great strategy. See, what you're doing is actually very smart because you're saying, I want to get into real estate. I'm going to put 5% down. I'm going to Airbnb out the rooms to make me to help me make it happen. If that means I have a smaller family room because I threw up a drywall wall, whatever, no problem. I kind of agree with that strategy. I mean, that's very much along the lines of what I would do. Okay. So let's see. Lawndale, not super familiar with the area myself, but that's okay. And let's see. That's actually not terrible. I mean, I get it, but you see, this is very LA. You get people that have built up like this, the fourplexes, the tries, the twos. That's okay. And do you have this double driveway? Yeah, yours is the double driveway, isn't it? I think you do. That's actually kind of nice. All right, let's see what comps you used for yours. So let's see. Here's your comp. You got a 560 comp. And yours is 539. You got the inspection report here. You got it in escrow for 533, and that's not bad. 533. Here's a 2-in-1. It's it's a very similar square footage. Good job. You actually picked a very good comp because you're within like 8 square feet, which is perfect. So let's see here. Okay. Unfortunately, this one has no pictures, but it says great future potential, which is good because that means this place actually probably needed work as well, which might mean, I mean, it has dual pane windows. I can see that. Yours does too. Yours has an older style of dual pane windows. Long driveway. This is not a bad comp. Seems to be in a similar location. 165. This one's 167. 4500 block, 4500 block. Yeah, it's 2 streets over. Okay, that's easy. I don't mind your deal, and I don't mind the fact that maybe it's not, like a huge wedge or whatever, but I do think you're getting it a decent amount. You're getting a decent compensation under the last comp here. That's 560. Doesn't have the other half bath. Might not have the potential for you to do the Airbnb. So you getting yours, 27 below, and if you can grind some repairs out from this home inspection report you got, I don't mind your deal at all. I actually think it's a pretty decent deal. So here we've got stucco hole. Okay, let's just find the bigger issues. Let's see. Pictures. Okay, labeled. Doesn't look bad. I guess I could just stick to this and then we'll go down to pictures. No GFCI outside. Oh, that's cool. It's linked. This is fine. You get that in California. Oh, I really like this kind of inspection report. So I could just click on it. So that's fine. Not a big deal. The negative grade, that's common. Cracks. Okay. Easy. Damaged framing. GFCI is missing. GFCIs didn't work. That's easy. Loose toilet. That's easy. AC, no response. So the AC didn't work, which was a code violation anyway, so you're probably going to get rid of it. When the bigger thing for you is when was this built? And then check as well if this place is bolted. So it's built in 41. It's hit or miss. I would ask call up your home inspection and ask him if the property is bolted to the foundation. Yeah, I think that's going to be a hold down. Oh, here. See? Look. Bolts, hold downs installed. Good. Good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this does not seem like a scary home inspection at all. This looks decent. The flat part here is oh wait. Is this flat roofing? Yeah, this is shingles on a flat roof. That's a problem. It shouldn't be that. We recommend, wrong material used for the front porch, which also explains because they don't have a permit. Yeah, that should be a flat roof. So they messed that up, but the seller already knows that. Oh, that's not bad. You get a couple minis here. Okay. Cool. I like it. I like the deal. All right, let's answer some questions. We'll jump on over and do some questions here. Let's see what we got. All right, so questions. Welcome. All right, thoughts on finding financing when you own more than 4 properties. You should not have a problem getting financing with more than 4 properties. So you should pretty much be able to go to any mortgage broker, pretty much any bank, and you should be able to get financing no problem up to 10. And we've got lectures on beyond 10, but really the 4 limit you're going to run into at like Chase and Wells Fargo and Bank of America, just leave. And go to a local mortgage broker. It shouldn't be a problem at all. Like Governor California just passed new laws on ADU, allowing 1 junior ADU. And yeah. I have that on my desktop somewhere down here. AB 68. I still have to read this, but I'm pretty sure this is what you're referring to, and I haven't read it yet. So I'll circle back to you. Yeah, see, for the creation of accessory dwelling units, I will read this and circle back to you. All right, what else do we have? A friend of mine wants to sell a single-family home rental that he's had since 2004, and he asked me if he should do a cash out first to prevent paying taxes. No, it doesn't work that way. Your friend needs to talk to a CPA because they don't understand taxes. Whether you take out debt or not means nothing for tax purposes. And confirm this with a CPA, but it means nothing. So you can take out debt, and it doesn't create a taxable event. You can sell And now you create a taxable event, whether or not you're 100% financed or 0% finances. This is one of the stronger areas of appreciation in the city. I work like 5 minutes away. That's awesome, Daniel. What's up? What do I think about the Nashville market? Actually, Nashville seems to be booming right now. So you work next to the Target. Oh, that is a small world. That's crazy. Wow. Nice. Okay, so you might have some comments too on which one of those neighborhoods is better. Do you have to pay back the money on a cash out refinance? And can you do that with an FHA loan? Most people are not going to cash out refinance on an FHA. They'll do a conventional loan so they don't have that locked in mortgage insurance forever. But yes, you could. And yeah, on a cash out refinance, of course, you pay back. It's just another 30-year mortgage, basically, what you're doing. So, okay. Zach has a question on the LA market. Just bought a house. Notice the population actually decreased a little bit in El Sereno. Let me look. Let's see what's going on. El Sereno population. Usually I'm actually pretty excited about the LA market. Okay, so, and be careful because you're just looking at city data, which could happen. You could have a city slow down and become less interesting, but I'd be more interested to know, kind of like Northeast Los Angeles, what the population of that has been doing, or what it's been doing. Northeast Los Angeles population. It's a little tougher because I don't know if they divide it like that. Northeast LA with a population of 167,000. And ideally, if we could see some growth here, that would be really good. So population. No. Okay. So now we need a stat a little earlier. Oh, see, this is just based on the 2000 census, but there should be one or two, 2000. What does the 2010 census say? 2010 census, Northeast LA. Because I don't want to go full Los Angeles because I think you might have to though, unfortunately. Yeah, do some research to look at Northeast LA and see what you can find. Los Angeles population, because the greater areas is easy. You usually get the Google trend chart here, and you can see you really don't have a problem here. You've had decent growth, 500,000 people over, what is that, 27 years. Not great, but decent. It's growing. So, all right, other questions here. Yeah, what is it? Comp and escrow? I'm only 19. No worries. Yeah, so a comp is a comparable sale. And when you go through the lectures one at a time, make sure you go through in order. It's no problem. You're always welcome to ask questions here. But go through the lectures in order, and then you're really going to learn everything. Especially at 19, you got all the time in the world. Start at the beginning. And make sure you go through all those communication lectures too and everything, because they will change your life. So escrow just means you're in the process of buying. So comp is a comparable sale, so you can figure out value, and escrow means that you're pending. Nobody else can take the deal from you. Welcome. What's up, Emmanuel? That's awesome. What's up? Hey, Kevin, what do you think about opening an LLC solely for real estate? I'm going to do on November 1st, I'm going to be releasing a new set of lectures, which is already in like 12 days. And part of that will be some of my updated thoughts on LLC. So stay tuned for that. It'll be very comprehensive, and I'll answer your question on that in detail. What's a better thing for young people living in Manhattan to do? Rent is $2K a month versus buying a $500K condo that may or may not go up in value. I'm not so worried about what the Manhattan market is going to do over the next year. I'm worried about what it's going to do over the next 30 years. And to me, I'd be buying. I love Manhattan. I believe in Manhattan. I would buy a $500,000 condo all day long. I know they're going to be small, but I would have no problem with that at all, especially if I could like Airbnb out a couch, or I get a 1-bedroom and I can Airbnb something out, or roommate hack it. Absolutely buy. Kevin, which online mortgage companies do you prefer most? I don't really care. If I'm going to go to usually I use my local people, but if I'm going to go online, then generally, who's got the best deal, right? Who's got the rate? And remember the 3 questions you're always asking. You're asking for rate, fees, and points. 3 different things. Important. Probably on Nashville, but I'm probably thinking early next year or something like that. So East definitely more desirable and expensive, but West generally a nice area where flippers seem to be good against. Okay, interesting. Another question on the ADU. One of the laws mentioned something about loosening. Yeah. for California, they've just passed a lot of new information regarding the ADUs. And I usually, when I hear about this stuff, I just go to the bill itself and I read it. And then I understand it completely. It's kind of like when they passed the rent control law. I read the bill and then I understood. Sometimes it's a little tough to go through and just solely read a news article and you hear about it. It's like, oh, what does it mean for this, 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 this? The bills have all of the scenarios in them. That's the beautiful thing. And you could usually just look up the assembly bill. If you read an article and says, oh, Governor whatever just signed in Assembly Bill 57. Great. You Google it and you can pull up the text for it. All right. Moving on to another deal. So we have just done all of our deals and deal analysis for escrows. Let's go ahead and jump up to some others. So we've got F37 is next. 32 min in. Let's go ahead and see what F37 has for us. I gotta scroll to it. There it is. Here we go. All right, let's see if we can do some catching up here. So we have a single family. Comps are not as close as I would like to be, but they seem to be good wedge in a good area with good schools. Okay, Zillow link. Let's pull it. All right, wait a minute. Is this the place you're buying? This place right here that says sold in 2017? Okay, that's fine. And these are your 3 comps. So the problem is I don't know how much you're trying to buy it for or how much it's listed for. I just know that it sold in 2017 for $270,000. Now, I'll tell you right away what I do like is this is a very, very Americana property. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, about 2,000 square feet, built in 96, so it's newer. You're not worried about like that Chicago, that DC property built in 1896. Everything is old. You know what I mean? 96, this is a baby. The lot's 9,000 square feet. Very, very typical size property. Very good. The location of it as well, look at this. Total dead end over here. Great. Absolutely great. That's kind of where you want a house to be. Now, as far as the actual, there's a limit, right? Because you could end up in the middle of nowhere if you go too far. But let's just find out where this is. So this is just outside of Charlotte. Perfect. Okay. All right. So no clear but locations. You've got Target, Old Navy, Chick-fil-A. Okay, good. So you've got some shopping around, the postal service. You got the schools around. I like the location. You've got comps here that are going for 345. You've got a 335. 345 seems to be the most recent data. This is your most recent data. And it does seem to be a little further away, though. Let's see how far away your data is to see if we could even use it. So let's do a quick little destination check here. Directions, search. And it should be the last one. Okay, the top 3 of the comps. Okay, so here's yours, the one you're looking at. And the comp that you used is over here. I get what you're saying. Like, you have to drive around Best Buy. I like this location. The fact that they have Best Buy, that's great. So I do like this. I wish I could find comps right here, but honestly, even just having to use Robinson, it's not bad. What are you thinking about buying this place for? Did you say? Because 345 is actually not a bad comp, but this is a nice one. I don't really like that blue room. A lot of it is dated, like the fireplace, the furniture, a lot of dated elements to it. So, maybe this could push 375 modern with a modern remodel, which yours, depending on what you can get this one for. Let's look at yours. Love the wainscoting. The cabinetry's fine. Too many flooring types, but not. Oh, wait. No, sorry. This is just a rug. Good. Okay, that's not bad. Still, I'm not a big fan of this kind of transition they had to do for the kitchen, but it's okay. I wouldn't redo it. This is nice. It's actually not a bad property. It's not. There's like nothing you have to do for this thing. So let me know what you're paying for it. But honestly, if you're paying anything under probably 320, you're getting you're getting a decent deal on it. It's not like a massive wedge deal or anything, but it's very fair for you as a buyer. You're definitely building in some cushion. All right, next one. Don't worry about this one. I ran through it, and with all the unknowns nearby, it's not a wedge. Thanks for updating your post. Thank you. Seriously, that helps me a lot. If you don't like a property anymore, please do that. It's awesome. So on to Ian's deal. So analyzing yours, 37 min in. Whoops. Scroll back up to where it is here. Ian's deal is right here. Okay, seems like a definite wedge based on the comps. Okay, let's find out. Let's go ahead and just close some other tabs here. We get confused less. There we go. Okay, so it's a Milwaukee foreclosure listing. 3-1 for $87,000. Wow. Wow. 3-1. Oh, good. You got some good comps here, actually, too. Because look at this. It's a 3-1, 864 square feet. And here's one that's 18 square feet larger that just sold for 144. Well, heck yeah, man. For sure. That's awesome. Okay, now let's look at the condition. Not so worried about the garage. Wow, yeah, the house definitely needs its love, though. I mean, it's just dirty, the old cabinets, the green wall. Yeah, I mean, this looks like something I would buy. It's pretty basic. The roof's definitely older. Looks like it just rained, though, so it's kind of unfair when they took these pictures. Yeah, it definitely needs a little bit of love, though. My only concern is, so say you've got a going out price here. You know, you've got these comps at, what are they at? 120, 144, and 125. So say your value is 125 to 135 fixed up. How much are you going to have to put into this deal to make it happen? And if you have to put into this deal 30 grand, let's say, 86 plus 30 puts you at 116. That gives you a 20 grand wedge, right? So I would much rather see you buy this deal because you've got some concrete work to do as well. And honestly, you might be at about $40,000 of work. I'd much rather see you buy this deal probably for no more than 66K, because then you're into it for 106 and you're probably at that value of somewhere around 130, 135. And this is realistic. It's a good, like, it's a 1-for-1 wedge almost. It's decent. But don't be too excited to overpay for this thing, because I think, you know, the 40 is going to go fast. And anything more than 66 having to put 40 in, I think is going to tag you a little bit. All right. So other questions here. We'll answer that. Okay. What's better? What's a better thing for young people? Oh, yeah, I answered that one. Actually, I think I answered all of these. Hi, Kevin. How does the state track rent paid by the previous tenant? Do you have to register the unit, or is it cross-referenced with your taxes? Well, why would the state track your rent anyway? Yeah, usually the only way it would be tracked is through your taxes, though, which, you know, people don't always necessarily report those correctly. But I don't think the state's always tracking, you know, rents. Anyway, all right. So JD says, let's see. I'm wondering if you had any suggestions for building a partnership beyond, okay. Wow. Okay. So JD, let's see. Responding on your partnership, drafting the for and FSBO. Okay. So JD, on your question regarding the partnership and for sale by owner setup, and feel free to post your situation over in escrow, since you know, you guys are obviously doing a deal here. It's fine to do a for sale by owner, especially if you're going to get any kind of seller financing on it. That'd be great, because you're buying a contract for my friend's dad's house. It sounds like, though, you also did get financing in place, so that's good. I'm wondering if you had any suggestions for building such a partnership. The most important thing with a partnership is you have to ask yourself, are you both realistically going to put in equal work, or is one person going to take control and put in the work, and somebody else is just being a money partner? And I would figure that out up front and be very, very real here, because it's easy for people to say, oh, yeah, I'll help too. And then it always ends up just being one person doing all the work. So usually you're better off doing a general partnership, and talk to an attorney about this. But oftentimes you're better off doing a general partnership where one person is just supplying money and the other person is taking control of everything. So that would be something to consider there. So, well, for the California new rent control law, it doesn't. At least I believe it doesn't matter what the previous tenant paid. The rent control law limits how much you can raise an existing tenant's rent. Nobody cares about the prior tenant. Prior tenant's paying $800 a month, and you give them the boot. You pay them $800 for an extra fee to get them out. That's the rent control law. You have to pay them 1 month's rent. They get out. The termination of lease, and you put it on the market for $1,600. There's nothing wrong with that. So the rent control law just gave those tenants basically 1 month's rent. Thoughts on buying a DR Horton new build as your first investment property just to get you feedback? I'm fine with that. I would try to get first phase new construction. I would let's see here. Okay. I would try to get something with a lot of bedrooms because oftentimes your tenants will stay longer, but you also don't want to go too big. If you go over probably 2,200 square feet, you start going into the radius of really being too big. So, yep. Good questions, though. Good questions. What do you think about rental arbitrage? More specifically, setting. Yeah, exactly. So that's a common thing that's being talked about on YouTube. Yeah, that's fine, Jesse. That's perfect. It's very medium. Southwest. Yeah, that's fine. Rental arbitrage is fine if two things. One, your landlord allows it. In most areas, the landlords won't allow you to sublease. If they do allow you to sublease, there's nothing wrong with it, but realize you are working for that money. And if you're willing to work for that money, that's fine. It's a lot more management intensive and work intensive than just having a straight up regular rental. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with essentially rental arbitrage. And it's a basic concept. Anytime you rent out rooms or you rent out a property over the short term, instead of over the long term, you're always going to make more money. So renting out rooms, more work involved in that, more drama you have to deal with, harder to screen, harder to deal with security deposit refunds. Airbnb, a lot more intensive. Obviously, you got to have the Wi-Fi, the soap, the towels. You got to be there, check in on it, answer questions, let people in, solve problems. But you are getting compensated for doing that. That's why what looks like an inefficiency in the marketplace exists, but it's not really an inefficiency because you're working for it. So anyone else have their YouTube recommendations screw up? All of my recommended have suddenly changed to toy channels and children's animations. YouTube can be funny. All it takes is one of my little guys to get on my phone and start watching Nerf gun videos, and that's all I get to. All right, moving on. Rambling Engine has a deal here. Been on the market since May and was pending status at $319,000. All right, let's see what we got. So Rambling's got a deal on the market since May, pending status at 319. So responding 45 min in. Pull this up and we'll screen share here. Well, let's see here. Ramblings, where'd it go? Okay, here it is. So great school rating. Great schools rating out of 10. 5 for elementary, 6 for middle, 7 for high. Okay, so it's okay school ratings. For built in 1955, which is good. And they use the LP siding, which means okay, that's fine. What do you think? It's a good deal below market value against other comps? Okay, let's go ahead and pull it up. Let's see what you got. So this is an Atlanta deal. Oh, I like how you were able to link the comps. Let's share this. Look at how these comps were linked. This is really good. So I like this. So the deal you're looking at is 3389, which appears to be this one. 3389, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, probably 2,400 square feet. Seems pretty good. Okay, I mean it's very move-in ready, which is great. It's listed for 325, and you have these two sales here. It's older sales. Wow, why? From 2017 and early 2008, 45. You could have seen some movement in pricing. And honestly, the elephant in the room here is this freeway interchange. It's very, very close to this interchange. Probably more concerned about the overall location than I am about the comps. It is possible that these comps have basically depressed a little bit over time because of this proximity here. So let's see here. If I jump out and I want a more recent comp, I could get this one here, which Blair Hill. It's off a busier road here, but it's not on the busier road. Similar square footage, just sold 20 days ago, closer to 30 days ago. $355,000. Pretty dang move-in ready as well. And it's not that close to the freeway. That's going to be something to consider. You know, this guy, 325. Most of the discount you're getting here, I think, is because of that proximity to the interchange. Though this is pretty cool too. You got a nice, you got some nice fields here, and it's not so close. I actually like that they sort of have the strip mall here. They've got all these trees. They've got the fields, so it's not terrible. I guess I wouldn't call it like a definite yeah, but you're definitely going to be hearing this in the backyard. That's crazy. I mean, look at what that looks like. But anyway, so this has a recent comp. I see the discount, but some of your discount is getting messed up by that highway. That's probably my conclusion on this one. But otherwise, not afraid of the deal. Relatively new. I'd be okay with it. All right, so here's another one. Here's a deal. We'll look at this one. What do we got? Is this pending? Nope, price reduced. Okay, good. So let's see what you got. Apparition responding around 48 min in. So I think the property can be converted into a 5242. Father-in-law was a plumber and advised us. Okay, I agree with that. Lots of square footage, needs cosmetic repairs. Comps are hard to come by. Anytime comps are hard to come by, remember, it's a problem. That's bad. It's not a good sign. You want comps. It should be a no-brainer. So 195. What? It's a one bathroom? No, that's funky. So you definitely want to talk to your dad about how to get more plumbing or more bathrooms in here, because one bath is funky. Otherwise, the inside here, trying to look past the stuff, it's actually not terrible. It seems mostly cosmetic. Lots of stuff, not bad. I see the allure. 1955. Talk to him about the plumbing. See if you can get another bathroom in here, but do not leave this as a 5-bedroom, 1 bath. It's pretty funky. And honestly, you can't really compare even to these other ones. The reason, look, this place hasn't sold. It's 225, has not sold. And it has a second bathroom and 4 bedrooms. It's 225. So this place might sell for 200, 210, which makes yours worth even less because you have to put in the work and you have to put in the bathrooms. So not feeling the love on that one. See, here's a 5.2, also for sale. 3,200 square feet. That's crazy, but has that second bathroom. Yeah, so not super jazzed on that one. Yeah, unless I'm missing something. All right, let's see here. What else do we have here? Kevin would love to watch a video on how. Oh yeah, how to grow a YouTube channel. Kevin, it is such a roller coaster. Okay, so Kevin, with regards to lecture 5.3, what you didn't know, online searches, would it be possible for you to show a bit exactly how you set up a search on the MLS? Sorry if it's no, not at all. Yeah, so you could tell your agents or show your agents, ask your agents how to do this. And I know you're an agent. So, but I'm saying that because if you're not an agent, don't feel left out by me showing you this. Realize you can ask your agent to do this. There we go. So, I would come in here, and a typical search that I'm going to set up is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go, you know what? I'll go with the county. So I'll pull county. Usually when I search, I'll go County of Ventura. And I know I'm not going to buy anything under probably 350. Probably won't go in on a buy over 700. I'll put 725. And this would be probably one of my default searches, but this is a lot because this is pretty much everything. I will probably pull just single family as well. There we go. Obviously, I would do this with multifamily as well. And then this is sort of more of a daily for me, where I could go in here and sort my days on the market by ascending. And then this way I'm looking at these deals. I know that's a busy street. I know that's not a street. I don't care about the street. Don't care about this street. Like here, this is interesting. 475 in this neighborhood. This feels low. So here's a deal that feels low. And yeah, look, see, it needs work. Oh yeah, perfect, classic. So that's the kind of search that I would be doing, and I would constantly be up to date on these newer listings. Then I would also have a specific search for, this is where I would put in my favorite words. So I'd put in things like remarks, remarks. And this is where you can usually do marketing remarks. Every MLS is going to be a little different on this, but just turn on fixer. So now I'm only wanting to see, it should be way less than this. Yeah. So now I'm only seeing listings that literally say the word fixer. And I definitely want to be familiar with all of these. So those are a couple of the little tricks that I do. So you know what I'll do is let me post quickly in Discord and just say I'll do a lecture on that. Scheduled new lectures and Kevin's MLS search setup. Yeah, that's actually a really good question. So yeah, awesome. Thanks, JD. No worries. I'm buying in an area with a school rating 8 to 9. That's awesome. Highly competitive rental market for single family. What are your thoughts on over improving to stand out? No, I wouldn't do it. I would always go below market value, or trend towards below market value. I know it seems desirable to over improve, but you'll just end up spending a lot. And the reason I say that is you could do a decent remodel for 40 grand. For you to turn a 40 grand into an over improved, you usually end up spending an extra $20,000-$30,000 so that you're adding nicer moldings, crown molding, you're making upgraded choices at every direction you're going. Maybe instead of refinishing the bathrooms, you're redoing the bathrooms. Now you could be doubling the cost. It's a matter of cost, right? Like it's one thing if you're going to spend 40 and then you say, all right, I'm going to over improve a little bit and I'm going to put new moldings around the windows, or I'm going to put in crown molding or whatever, and you're over improving, but you're just over improving by 5 grand. Fine. Your life's not going to change. I'm not worried about it, right? But remember, you're always going to get pulled back to the median. So you go spend 40 versus spending 80. I'll tell you what's going to happen is maybe you get $50 more in rent. And then you have to analyze and you go, okay, $600 per year into $80,000 is less than a 1% return per year, right? So, but it'd be an extra $40,000, right? Not the whole 80. So the extra 40 would be a 1.5% return. So analyze yourself. Now, if you could get an extra $50 per month, but you only have to spend $20,000, well, now it's still only a 3% ROI. It's not worth it. Now you get an extra $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. You have to spend $20,000, let's say, for $100 a month. This starts looking better because now you're at a 6% return. But still, even at a 6% return, I'd rather go buy another wedge deal and not be top of the market. My take. But it's a good question. Really good question. So I have my money in a Wealthfront savings, but I want to transfer it to the investing account. Will you please make a video for beginners on? Yeah, I mean, you just move it in. You could definitely do it. I actually just took my money out of the investing account because I want to close another deal before the end of the year. So, but it's fine. I've made like a little bit of money on it. San Antonio MLS seems not to have marketing remarks, just basic feels. We need to figure it out. Thanks. The other thing you can do, look at marketing remarks, look at agent remarks. There are also sometimes boxes that will actually say condition. Let me show you that, and I'll show you the negative searches. Let's see here. Condition, ad field. Let's look at this one more time here. If I drop in, this is just another way to look at it. Type in condition. No, doesn't show it. Yeah, here we go. See, property condition. And usually what I could do here is I could go in and say, see this updated remodel box? I'll put updated remodeled. But then what I'll do is I'll kill that. Not updated remodeled. That just took my search down a lot. Like, let's see how much it changes. So this is my single family search. That's 343 deals. Hey, 343. Okay. And if I just put in not updated remodeled, oh, that didn't help as much as I thought it would. Now, because I do it the other way. I mean, it still took out like 70 listings, but honestly, I'm surprised. Hold on. Maybe I'm missing one that I could put in. I thought that would have done way more. Let's see. Remodeled. Where is it again? Property condition, property fixer. Here. The other thing we can do is I could take out new construction, under construction, and additions, alterations. Not. and not. That takes me down to 260. That helps a little bit. I mean, it killed like 100, almost like 80 other listings. So that helps a little bit. Play around and see what tools like that you have just to try to make your life a little bit easier in your hunting. And I think that'll help you a little bit. But yeah, you're right. Every MLS is going to be different. So, okay. Mid score right now is 736. Would you recommend waiting to reach 740? 760 usually isn't going to make you a difference, but no, I would have, no worries, Dante. I wouldn't wait. Like, if I found a good deal, I don't care that my rate's going to be like an eighth higher because my credit score is 736 instead of 740. I really wouldn't care. I would do my best to keep my credit perfect, maybe pay off some things so that hopefully during escrow they could rerun my credit and it looks good. But yeah. So is your deal in escrow? If it's in escrow, maybe I could look at it. But the deal analysis, the regular deal analysis, I'm a little bit behind on that. So the interesting thing about rental areas, okay, so Anam replied, and Anim's deal was the deal. Where was his deal? Oh, Columbus, Georgia. Oh, that's right. Cooper with the lower prices. Yeah. Surrounded by bad areas. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and make sure. I mean, if you're thinking of getting something as an Airbnb, just make sure, use like an AirDNA or something like that to actually really qualify the area to see what rent you could actually expect. Because Airbnb sounds wonderful, but it's really frustrating when you're not getting your things filled. That's when it gets really So all right, let's do one more deal here. Let's do Spaceman responding at end of live. So this is the deal. These are the comps. And it sounds like this particular deal was remodeled by the seller, but then stopped halfway through. You're going to house hack it with your 2 friends and brother. I mean, I'm not a big fan of renting to friends, but I do like the idea of this. What you're saying does sound good because you're going to be getting some nice income coming in. It's a 3 and 2. This is easy. Arlington, Texas. I mean, let's pull really quick. Hold on. Where is this? It's okay. So on one hand, I like all the green space behind you. Although, is it a cemetery or a park? Let's see. It's a cemetery. Arlington Cemetery. Okay. So, in what street is this? It's right here, isn't it? Yeah. The street kills me a little bit, I will say, because it does connect far through. I think it's probably more likely people are going to take Abram or Park Row. But if those are ever congested, you're it. Let's see how big these streets are. It's just a single road lane street, so that's not so bad. Maybe it's not as busy as I think it is. I would, go there and check it out because I like what you're doing, the theory of what you're doing with house hacking it. What are you getting this thing for? CMA and the property report. So I don't know what you're getting the deal for, but you've got a comp here at 179, not on a busy road though, right? Yeah, that's going to be your struggle is finding comps that are, see, this is like a townhouse. So we can't use this. We got to compare like for like. We really got to only look at properties that are like this one on Mitchell Street. So let's see if we could find this one again and see if we can only find comps that are close to it. Best case scenario, I find a comp on Mitchell Street. Let's try this. Here's what we're going to do. Remove boundary. Let's go ahead and remove all these other criteria here. And let's draw just like this. Yeah, I kind of messed up right there, but whatever. And can I find anything on Mitchell Street and see what those are going? Oh, here's one. I saw this pop up. But see, that's even Stonegate. That's even on the other side. Darn, I thought I had one. Is this one on? Nope, Stonegate. Darn. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer. Oops. Whatever. Okay, so let me try one more time because I'm kind of like frustrated with myself. I want to do it. The other thing you could do as well, just so you know, is you can try to find some comps that are down on Abram as well. Let's just go a little bigger here. Let's just pull Park Row 2. Let's try Park Row, and then we can try Abram too. So nothing is on the busy street. Oh, what is this? Why is it? There we go. Any. Okay, here we go. All right. Looks like too many filters were on. Are these on? No. Dang it. No. No. Oh, here's one. Here you go. Okay, good. Good. Now we have a comp on the same road. Good. Your deal is 703, and your deal is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet. This is basically a 3 and 2 as well, except I don't know if yours is a full bath. See, they're even calling it a 3 and 2. This one's remodeled. Look at that. USB outlets, wood laminate, granite counters, whatever. Look at this. Remodeled. And it sold in January of 18. So it's kind of an older comp, but it's a good comp for 148. So you got to see, what are you paying for this deal? Because it should not be much more, especially if you have to do work for it. Oh, yeah, and look at all the work it needs. I mean, with all of this work and a comp there at 148, I wouldn't want to pay more than 110 for this thing. Maybe 120. Because even if this comp today is worth 160, let's say, 165, look at all the work you have to do to get it to that status and being on Mitchell. So that's the way I would comp that. That's a little bit of a unique comp. But that's a unique property to comp out. But that's the way I would do it. So let's see. I have a scathingly brilliant idea that I'm going to DM you. Oh, I'm so behind on DMs. Probably, if you can, post on Discord. But I'll try to look for it on Instagram. Is it possible to run several tenant applications at the same time and then choose the best tenant? Yes. Yeah, it's not uncommon for property managers to go one by one, but it is proper. And mostly the reason for that is, it's all the fees. And it's easier to just give tenants their money back and go, sorry, we took somebody else. So usually property managers sort them by which tenants said they had the best credit score, and then they actually verify that by running and finding out if that is indeed true. So, okay, cool, folks. Well, there you have it. Feel free to post your deal and deal analysis. I know I've got some deals. If you write that offer, we'll get to you much faster. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did that one. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I got somewhere around 13 deals to go through in the regular deal analysis. So I got a little bit of catching up to do before I could get out of order. So, but anyway, we will be back on Tuesday. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate y'all. And they said because of fair housing law. Yeah, but if you sort by the credit score, then it doesn't matter, right? If tenants tell me I got a 680, somebody says I have a 740, somebody says I have a 780, great. Then I take the 780, I run that, and then I go, okay, did it come back good? Cool. That's what I care about most anyway, and it's okay. You can check with an attorney, check with your laws and stuff, but usually it's okay to discriminate against credit. But who knows? Maybe that'll change one day. Things are constantly evolving in the real estate world, but it's okay. That keeps creating opportunities. So, folks, there you have it. Thank you so much. Agent Livestream is next. If you're not part of that, email me for a bundle, coupon, and we will see you on Tuesday. Thanks so much for being here, and until then.